Stables of Champions Drama Ministry presents
worship of divinity. It will interest you to know that angels were created from precious stone, just like jasper, onyx, and sapphire. One of the beauty of God's glory was arrayed in the vessels called angels. Angels were the carrier of his glory, exhibiting the awesomeness of God through their voices and their dances. The presence of God was always filled with angels. When creation was on and before creation, God depended on angels to see that there was continuous worship in heaven. Behold the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Lord strong in battle, the omnipotent, omniscience, and omnipresence God, dwelling in the midst of angels. Angels were created in the cherubims, in the seraphims. Some were in charge of war, some were in charge of disseminating information, some were in charge of protection. But you see, one of the primary assignments of all angels was to worship God. Now there was a special angel created. His name was called Lucifer. Lucifer was created to see that this act of worship continued day after day. But you see, something entered into Lucifer and he said to himself, no, I need my own portion of worship. This can't continue. And for this reason, Lucifer was sent out of heaven. Lucifer was sent out of heaven. Now the King of Glory, now looking for who will fill this vacuum. But Lucifer failed to understand that if you mess up, God has a backup. Lucifer failed to understand that if you mess up, God has a backup. So God decided to create you and I. He decided to create you and I to come boldly before the throne of grace. He created you, Christopher. He created Precious to fill the place of Lucifer. But let me tell you this, even the devil has entered the church. The Bible says he now presents himself as an angel of light. Why is the devil even in the church? So that he will distract men from the primary reason why they were created, which is to worship. That is why we now see many abnormalities in the church. In the midst of the service, you can see people playing with their phones. This is to cause distraction, so that the primary assignment why man was created will not be fulfilled. Business transaction inside the church. This is to cause distraction. Man has forgotten that he is replacing the place of Lucifer. Because Lucifer knows he will not give you the chance. He will not stop you from coming to church. But while you are in church, what are you doing? While you are in church, what are you doing? will you at this time still be distracted? You hearing my voice now? At this time, will you still be distracted? Because if the enemy must submit, you need a level of concentration. You need a level of concentration. Focus. Now listen. The Bible says in John 4:24, it said God is a spirit. He said they that must worship him in truth and in spirit. There is a sound heaven is waiting for you. There is a sound that heaven is expecting from you. You hearing my voice now? I want you to rise to your feet. Forget the level of distraction. Stand by your side. Rise to your feet. As we raise a sound to heaven. As we raise this sound to heaven. Rise to your feet. Forget the level of distraction. You will lift up your two hands to Yahweh. You will lift up your two hands to Yahweh and say, John has come, oh. I have come, oh. I don't want to be distracted anymore. I don't want to be distracted. Can you lift up your two hands to heaven and acknowledge Yahweh?
Oh, Spirit of the living God, have your way in me until I align. You are Yahweh. 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 Alpha and Omega. You are Yahweh. Alpha, Omega. Can I hear the thoughts? You are